Hello guys and welcome back to another video. It's been a while but I've been busy and I did host a game contest for 350 followers. Hopefully we soon will have 400 followers. I'll host another contest or something. And this time we'll be making a platformer engine. As you know, I did share the tutorial for this scrolling platformer uh, on YouTube. So make sure to check it out. I'll share the link in the description. So this is my scrolling platformer and I made the tutorial easier for you. Now, after that, I didn't share the tutorial for this on YouTube, but it was a very popular video. This is a boss fights game, and it actually began very before that. This is a platformer engine by ZFA. I use this platform engine. I'll show you some gameplay of it. And then you saw that boss fights game, I converted it. So this time we'll be making this platformer engine, and then we'll add some more updates, and we'll see how you can advance games. So let's get started. So I've already added the assets already. If you want assets, you can comment below, or I should just share the link in the description of the boss fights game where there are tons of skins, and you can take the assets from there. So what I like to do first is uh, start it out with the broadcast. That reduces lag. And if you're wondering why my scratch layout is so different, I use scratch add-ons, which are really amazing. Uh, Here we go. So when I receive green flag, we start on. Now let's make the variables first. X velocity is the first one. I'm writing x vel for short, but we know it's x velocity. And then we make another variable y velocity, which will be the speed of x and y. If you don't know, x is how much to the right or left your character or even your mouse is, and y is how up and down, and like how above the center and how below the center your mouse or character is. So I just hide them, we don't need them. And then we'll set both of them to 0 when the game starts. And then we got a forever block, and we'll make a custom block. This one holds all the physics of our sprite, run physics, and then add 4 inputs. Speed, which will be the speed of our character. Friction, he will get slowed down by friction obviously. To make it more realistic, gravity will pull him down, we can't have it in the air forever if he jumps. And there's the jump height, which will set how high the character can jump. There has to be a limit, of course, and it doesn't have to be very low. And then run it without screen refresh because we don't want people to see it scrolling. And then click OK. And then you can drop it down here. But for now, I'm setting speed to 0.9, friction to 0.9, gravity to -1, and jump height to 50. Now you can change all these values and according to yourself, you can play around with them. But for now, I'm going with these. And let's start coding this block. Now, first of all, we will change the y velocity by the gravity, and then this will be a bit clumsy. So, if then I'll be driving oil blocks and block later. Explain this later. Let me just finish the coding part. So it's key right arrow or press, this is key the right arrow key obviously, and then there's key D for WSD press, and then to make it mobile compatible, here's the important part. Mouse down and mouse X is greater than 0. Meaning this part is 0. So this part will be greater than 0. So if you click on the right side of your screen, then it will move to the right. And we will change X velocity by speed. So we'll do the same for the left arrow key, the left arrow, key in, and mouse X is less than 0. Now we'll change x velocity by speed into -1 to turn the speed to by negative because obviously you don't want it to move right when you press the left key. Like there has to be some difference and it will be moving to this side. I once made a mistake that speed -1, but that would make it move really slowly, so that's something you need to be careful of. And then we will set x velocity to x velocity multiplied by friction. So friction we set 0.9. So it will reduce because when you roll a ball, why does it come to stop? Because of friction. Friction slows it down. So slowly and slowly the ball will get slowed down and it will eventually stop moving because of the resistance of this. So we do not want our player to keep on moving. We want it to stop. If you just press the right or left arrow key once, it will go on moving unless there is friction. So I forgot to uh, give the player a starting position and giving it -180 and -50, but you can change it according to your needs. So now if I test it, why isn't our player moving? The simple explanation is because we haven't changed the x position, we have only changed the variable. So for that we have to do change x by x velocity. So our player is moving, but we haven't done any gravity changes, but at least our player is moving and stopping as you would expect it to do. So if you're wondering why I have set an x and y position in the air, it's because it looks cool if it bounces over, like if I show you ZF3's game. Look, the player is in the air, understand? And then he drops down. So now let's so now we have to do this. If touching ground or touching text. Okay, so the touching text one is optional because if you want to make your text like the ground, like you can bounce on text and text. If you want to make text as platforms basically, so you can do this, or else you can just do it touching ground. I want to make the text interactive, so I'll be doing ground or text because I think it's fun that way. But if you do not agree with me, you can just do whatever you want. So we have to duplicate it twice. Now this time we will change y by -4. This is the fifth time. And we'll change y by -4. And then we'll change x by x velocity into -1. Now we will write two if then else blocks. And the first one will be if 0 is less than x velocity, then now we will okay, so I'm gonna say we have to put it here and then we will do set y velocity. Oh yeah, and move this one here to jump height -2.5. And now we will set this dragon free blocks and everything. Let this remain set x velocity to 0, set x velocity to 6 over here, and set x velocity to -6 here. And over here, we'll do the same for the up for the jumping. Just like we did for the right one, but instead it will be key pressed. So up arrow key pressed or key W pressed or mouse down and mouse Y is greater than 0 because this time we're looking at up. So this is our little bit of coding. Let's see what it does. So you see this? We are no longer going through the ground as we were before. We are stopping when we come to the ground. But if I jump, nothing happens. Why? Well, this is because we haven't changed the y variable, we changed the real y of the sprite yet. So let's do change y by y velocity. So right now we'll fix that. So as of yet, we haven't done the coding for this. So it is going right through the platform, but it can come back. So why is this happening? Because it is only detecting on side changes. So now up and down changing, we have to detect while coming up and down what is happening to our, or like if it is touching the ground or not. Now let's do if touching the ground, then change y, change y by y well into -1. So basically negative y velocity. And then we will reset the y velocity to 0. Now we will change y by -1. Let's duplicate it already. That here. Let's put change y by 1, and in between there will come this block, and then and this one. Yes, just grab this whole chunk, duplicate it, or if you want to do it again, you can do it again. And then we will write the code. If touching ground, then set y to jump height. Set y velocity to jump height. Now let's test. It's no longer sinking and we have the physics, but it's going straight into the lava. We'll have to fix that later and the level is not swimming. But right now our little guy is moving perfectly. Look at all the interactions. So right now I think this is good enough for the first part. We have successfully accomplished player moving physics. Now I have a few ideas for what to do in future videos. Like we could add sounds, we could have add spikes, saws, and lavas, and even trampolines. Then there's water, swimming, and eventually we might even be able to make something like that. This shows the frames per second rate, button practice, skin select. There are tons of skins to choose from. I share the link of this project, and you could choose any of these skins for as your main character of your game. And I will try to incorporate the skin selection option in here, and look like this. It's going with all the ducking options. And like I said, I made text into platforms. So we could do this, and then we could make some boss fights like this. Okay, so originally these boss fights were made by Gift Patch, like not the boss fights exactly, but his game Apple V1.4, and then Polyakov made it into boss fights, and then I incorporated them into this game. So good luck and see you again in part 2.